This week on Nation's Business, we continue with our tour to the Maritime Province of Lau by the Minister for Women and Social Welfare, Dr. Jiko Luveni, and her team of government officials. This time around, civil service faced the brunt of Mother Nature as the two ships, the MV Iloilovatu and the MV Mainita Kali, faced the open waters of the Lau Group. This is a first-time experience for many civil servants, facing the raging waves of the open seas, while for many people living in Onoi Lau, this is part of life. For civil servants serving in this part of Fiji, access to and the provision of information on government's development programs is always in demand, and it's trips like these that fill the void. At Onoi Lau, where Dr. Jiko Luveni hails from, the Minister for Women opened a resource center and presented sewing machines to the women of the community, which is intended in generating a new form of income for the women's organization in Matana. The completion of the center is a community partnership with the state. With not so much handicraft prepared by the organization, the minister was so grateful with some of the displays provided.
Very nice.
Link kitundo weather, kitundo telisala, sasa, impe, kitundo telimpe, kina waiwai, kitundo wakna waiwai, kina stona nokilalai, kitundo wakna telemena reni.
Here in Matana, there's been a lot of support from their men and from the village development committee, so that out of that $5,000, you can see this house that they've built costs much more, and this is what I'm very impressed about it, and also very thankful that the women in this village are bringing together a partnership between men and women, working together for the development of women.
From the village of Matokana, the team moved to Ndoi village, where Dr. Luveni held a Talanoa session with members of the community. The discussion centered around villagers seeking advice on how they are able to access government services to better their standard of living. With the session continuing towards the evening, respective ministries had to use a source of light to carry out their operation to meet the intended outputs.
The villages that we visited, it has brought the services from government offices right down to their village. Even in the registration of TIN numbers, all the process that is required for TIN numbers have been taken, and we will just go back and they will send in their identification card for TIN.
The team then traveled to the island of Fulanga. The people of Fulanga are known in these parts as professional wood carvers. These products are marketed to local business outlets such as Jacks of Fiji and some to the Suva Handicraft Center.
Fulanga is one of the places which is most renowned to be the best handicrafts which has always been taken out from. So I believe this handicraft what we are buying is one of the finest quality that we'll get in Fiji.
Jacks of Fiji Limited normally deals with 20 to 35 carvers in a week who bring in their supplies to the company. On Fulanga Island, men are the breadwinners for their family. However, things are expected to change for the better as the Ministry of Women provided women of the island sewing machines as supplementary forms of income for the women.
Quando a kani me mara utaka waka levu. Ona ya mai ni na kauta mai so na kani vei huki veke mami. Ruana misini sa tu mai ngoi na mai waka hure bisini stale veke mami.
Now, both men and women of the island will be given an opportunity to market their products to Suva, as for the first time, they will both have the resources to generate income. During a short visit to the village of Moanaivake, we discovered that mosquitoes were widespread on the island. With the onslaught of the dengue outbreak this year, there were concerns by the villagers that they would be infected by the disease. Speaking to Nation's Business, Chotame Lendua says the presence of mosquitoes is nothing new to the islanders.
Napukone namukati lamani vanua, evita na tombulele buchu lamani vika uho, karambulakin na namu. Wakavuna tu na ntelni vo tungo na kena vinga kilo tobu dio itu kin na namu. Sangai na donangauna me wakakaambotaki mansengan drawa.
Staff nurse for Fulanga Nursing Station, Elisa Mbate, told Nation's Business that although it is hard to control mosquitoes on the island, there has never been any symptoms of dengue reported.
I've been working in Fulanga for the last 6 months. I enjoy the place, but the only problem is the amount of mosquitoes on these islands. But otherwise everything else is fine.
Ertula kamay na tambana nimbula na tambana namu. Tumareda na nami bulang artu wanjikeba ni senini namu vitabugin na dengue.
However, skin diseases are a major concern.
My current population is 234. Out of the 234, 78 people have skin diseases.
Batai says he's working towards changing their community's attitude towards the importance of maintaining a healthy island lifestyle, which, he says, is expected to change in the not too near future. With the arrival of the Minister for Women and civil servants from various divisions of government, villagers were able to register for birth, marriage and also death certificates, a first time for these services to be brought to remote Fulanga. Shipping services to Fulanga Island comes in once a month, and for some parents it's always a difficulty in finding enough to pay their fare to the main island of Vitilevu to register. From the island of Fulanga, the team traveled to Naikeleanga village in Kambara. A rare traditional ceremony was accorded to the minister with the use of a piece of masi, another unique and traditionally symbolic way of welcoming any visiting dignitary to the island of Kambara. With a population of only 82 people at Naikeleanga, the minister handed 2 sewing machines with canteen materials to assist the women's organization to generate a secure source of income.
All the items that we have here, they've been purchased at a cost of $2,200. And that is the standard list that we provide for them. We are thankful that they already have a shop that has been constructed, shelves, they have the business license, all that is required to start up a business. So we are very, very pleased to help them in this respect.
These assistants will encourage the women's group of the island to learn more of entrepreneurship and expand their business further in the not too near future.
Premix. Keto ndo volta kene chiko ni ndo mandanganram. Keto volta kene keto rawat kene ono ndo bakada $1. Sa keto bakila na tumbu binakasar no ito volta bensin.
Previously it is the men that sell fuels, but now it's the women that are selling fuel, and it's a very lucrative projects for them. So I really will support any request for the sale of fuel by our women.
For the first time on the island of Kambara, a legal marriage ceremony was performed by the team from the registry department. Meet Bonea Rita from Rambi and Mosese Mairao of Naikeleanga. Today was their special day as they exchanged vows to be legally united. Speaking to Nation's Business, the couple said their marriage is the icing on the cake, as the burden of travelling expenses to Suva has been slashed with the arrival of a team from the Ministry of Justice.
It's a great day, especially to bring them, especially like us in preschool kindergarten, we are earning peanut pay.
Ironi yada mabingrabi ni matintu kina nalomnya us ironi mingrabi na ro matintu.
With the program finishing in the afternoon, it was time for the government delegation to head for the beautiful island of Oneata. Sunday, at the break of dawn, the teams arrive at the beautiful island of Oneata. Here, in keeping with the protocol of the day, the minister led the team to an island church service with the villagers of Ndakuiloa. Oneata consists of 2 villages, and these are Waingori and Ndakuiloa. While many may not realize the historical importance Oneata plays in shaping Fiji, this is where Christianity firmly took root. Away from the hustle of busy city life, it was work as usual for members of the government delegation. For villagers, this visit is unique, given that for the first time, villagers are able to access information and find out more on the services and programs that they can benefit from. Like the people of Yasa Yasa Moala, families were able to take advantage of the services provided by the Department of Registry in registering their children, getting their birth certificates, and other essential paperwork important for the everyday lives of individuals.
Agarami nonra tinna penal viktima bat mak viktima bat kirnal viktima bat kina non rolisu.
Meet Epeli Musukanavesi, who was able to undergo circumcision, a delicate procedure that was possible through the health team's visit to the island. For his mother, Lemba Thoroi, the burden of having to pay for the expenses to travel to the mainland for this delicate yet necessary procedure is a burden lifted from her shoulders. From the pristine and turquoise Bay of Oneata, the team traveled to the island of Tuvutha. Tuvutha has a population of close to 100 people, and like many other islands visited, fishing is the main source of income. While there are responsibilities designated for youths and the middle-aged, for the elderly, this visit was an informative one for them. Meet Anna Finau, who is 78 years old and lives alone. Like many her age, Anna qualifies for welfare assistance provided by the Ministry of Social Welfare.
Lenga. Sa senra ni leita niu, senra ni lagi goli, tu sertunga na tu senga bau binak. Senga sauni suka, senga sauni subu. Senga bau serangan dai buru ni la bombo.
Anna has 7 children, all who live in Suva. After answering the questions provided by the staff, Anna has been placed in the social welfare recipient list that enables her to receive $80 a month. Tailoring skills is something new for the women of the island, and receiving their first set of sewing machines from the minister certainly paves a new direction for them.
Kito ba binibinak ni may sombutunan nito matabura ni kuwa ruawe ito misin. To samaraw kito labet at yung ato ba binibinakan ni kuwa.
We have impressed upon them that in any income-generating projects that we provide assistance for, the profits must be shared equally among all the women, all the members of the women, so that they have money to put in their pocket to alleviate poverty living, from their own household.
This is a proud moment for the organization, as they also underwent training on how to operate the machine and also learn to cut pieces of fabric. Still on the island, Nations Business visited a community development project that was funded by the Japanese International Cooperation Agency. With the assistance from JICA, the steps built by a Japanese volunteer, Masashi Shibata, in 1998 has helped the villagers and has stood the test of time. Prior to this development, villagers found it difficult to access their plantation and had to climb this rocky terrain to visit their farms. This was a normal occurrence, steeped with hardship. With this community NGO development, normal everyday routine for farmers is made easier by way of access through these steps. From the island, the team journeyed towards the chiefly island of Lakemba. Lakemba has a population of approximately 2,100 people in 8 villages, the most important of which is the village of Tumbo, the home of the Tuinayao, who is the very high chief of Lau. At Tumbo, Dr. Luveni handed over sewing machines together with materials to extract virgin coconut oil for the Lakemba women's group.
Utali tak saraba ka lib kimi maru tak na marama kila kem. Pitam ko sangke matay ningo na miado chik mana viki mam sona kanibibu ke sa taray ke mam saranga sabi dan ko na kortu ba na kor sala ko virtu na kanibibu ke ni matanitu.
For most villages, the presence of the team from Suva could have never come at such a better timing, since many of them took advantage of the presence of reps from Westpac. Here, villagers were able to open their new bank accounts, talk about their financial plans with staff of the bank in terms of their children's education and other important social events.
As part of our everywhere banking proposition and corporate social responsibility, our main focus is to provide financial education and also to identify merchants where we can place our FPOS in-store machines so that people are able to do their banking at their convenience in their own islands.
Following her engagement in Tubo, Dr. Luveni then traveled to the village of Wadi. It is from this village that the minister handed over sewing machines and canteen materials that will assist the women's organization in setting up their businesses.
Itu sambo maro lebo na bukuni bibator da takia dito bakani ni sambo ngono marabuto kitu warato kinakani bibator da takia me bikitu.
The canteen was fully funded by the Ministry of Women. Still on Wadi, Nations Business also filmed how the village is beginning to face the effects of climate change through the rising sea levels brought about by heavy rain and the incoming high tides.
Namun yang bagi nabi tasawuf di sama itu kini itu kurun songwe na bukan di walu na kena tos tak cuna na uomai matasaw.
The small river served many purposes for the villagers. However, with the effects of climate change, people cannot drink or bathe in the river because of the high levels of salinity.
Tu sawa na pale ni sa rorong tal cuani lalu mani matin tuniku Isa wandi tek cuma itu sana rani pokoknya dari nata kan itu kurubun lamani bida na bulan itu memo. Itu nak kita bawa nata balik bukan tu nanti kini beku kini matin tu lebu. Ni sana ya toko ya sana bukan tu nanti beku kini matin tu lebu kita sana gere de paputukan. Ini tu lamani busa.
We can see right through them and see the kind of living situations that they have and the challenges that they face. So that makes our response to their needs, much more realistic.
Still in Lakemba, Nations Business met with 27-year-old Shital Sharma, originally from Navua, who is now working as a nurse in Lakemba. For the 27-year-old working on the island and staying far away from home is a good learning experience for her, since she's able to manage the limited resources available at the Lakemba hospital.
It's interesting out here. I've learned a lot, I've learned a lot, to manage, how to manage a case if a doctor is not there, and to discuss how to discuss a case from outer islands.
Sometimes Shital travels to neighboring islands such as Vanuatu, Namuka and Mothe.
If I was in Suva, maybe I wouldn't, some of the things we've encountered here, we wouldn't encounter in Suva.
As the sun sets slowly for the day in Lakemba, the MV Iloilo Vatu sets sail for the beautiful island of Vanuatu, the second largest island in Fiji's Lau archipelago. In Vanuatu, the team visited two villages, Loma Loma and Mualevu. But first, we take you to the village of Loma Loma. Here, the minister handed over a total of 14 sewing machines for the Tikina or district of Loma Loma. At Mualevu village, the minister also gave a total of 14 sewing machines.
In this trip, we have brought about 66 sewing machines, which means about 33 women's groups that have been helped. Some of them, the other villages that were not included in this mission, have already received their sewing machines. So not only sewing machines we brought in the training in tailoring skills and also maintenance of machines.
The tour to the Lau group was organized by the Ministry of Women with a budget totaling $100,000 in its commitment to taking government services right to the people.
And I think it's an opportunity for the men to listen to the women who have come out very openly about their issues. So that has been a change.
The visit by the Births, Deaths and Marriages Awareness team was timely and much appreciated by all villages in the Lau group. In total, 314 registrations were made from this tour. Also, the team from the Fiji Inland Revenue and Customs Authority managed to make 300 registrations, and this involved new TIN numbers.
Overall, I am very, very happy with the mission. I'd say it's been a very, very useful mission and great experience for all of us. That some of us the first time in the Lau Islands.